This is the reason. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. Um, they're going to. You got to look at ISO 200022. ISO 200. Let me double check. And I'm gonna jump into the show, but this is important. ISO 20022. ISO 222. It's really ISO 20022, but 20022. Basically, what's going on is the dominance of the U.S. dollar is being challenged. It has been challenged for a while, but really what's happening is it's moving forward at an accelerated pace. What this means for us, the dollar is one of the strongest currencies in the world. And it's basically due to the fact of it is the petrodollar. You know, you got to exchange into dollars to get petrol. And a lot of countries hold dollars. When this goes through, I'm not even talking about if it's going to happen. When this goes through, the dominance of the dollar is no longer going to be there. When Saudi Arabia joins, you're not going to have to, countries aren't going to have to exchange into dollars to get oil. And when that happens, countries are going to release their dollars. They're going to start selling their dollars. A lot of dollars are going to come back to the United States. We're going to have hyperinflation in a way that's never been seen before, which means prices, but you're going to see a price online. By the time you get to the store, the price increased. I'm serious. It's crazy. You got to research Weimar Republic. You got to research hyperinflation scenarios. Zimbabwe was, I think, one of the most recent. We got Ecuador, Argentina. Look, people need to get prepared. There's some pushback. We got Alberta Premier Danielle Smith says she distrusts World Economic Forum. And they're going to cut ties. They're going to no longer have a consulting contract with the World Economic Forum. You need to look into the ties with the World Economic Forum. You need to look into this dude, what's his name? Charles Schwab. I think his name is something. His last name is Schwab, man. He runs that World Economic Forum. He's got this global shapers community. Like, there's been, I'm talking from Putin to the Emmanuel Macron to Justin Trudeau. There's a lot of people who have prominent positions in world government that have been in this guy's program, man. And this guy's pushing for one world government. This guy's pushing for you own nothing and be happy. This stuff is not a game. So what we're going to see is two things. We're going to see, and we already have, we're seeing an increase in propaganda with regards to China, Russia, Iran now, and then look for Saudi Arabia to enter the mix of, potentially negative actors that the United States media is talking about. Okay? I don't think this is good at all as far as geopolitics. What does that mean? Just get prepared. Prepper, PREPPER. Don't go crazy, but just type in prepper in YouTube and start prepping, man. It's possible. You rather need it, not need it and have it, than need it and not have it. Bottom line. What was this? What is this? BRICS, how an acronym from Goldman Sachs morphed into a strategic economic bloc. You guys got to pay attention to what's going on with this stuff. I'm not playing. I'm serious. It's something to look into and comprehend what is happening and what it means. So, geopolitical, I'm talking war. And, I'm talking currency wars, cyber wars. I'm not necessarily talking about military wars. But, definitely that it can escalate to that. We got a dying empire. Empires need to continue to go to war. That's why the Afghanistan war was so long. I mean, I don't have any personal opinions about it. I just have an understanding and comprehension of what it creates and what happens and how it affects people. So hyperinflation with regards to the BRIC nations, ISO 20022. Look into this stuff, man. Just look into it. ISO 20022. Just look into it. I think it's something worth looking into, and start converting your currency into precious metals, into real assets. Start grabbing silver and gold if you haven't already. This is why I'm saying grab this stuff. You see the price of silver? I mean, it's getting back up there. Of course, we hit a floor. Markets are tumultuous and stuff, but I mean, I just watch it from now on. Is all I'm saying. Pay attention. So hyperinflation. What does that mean? If the BRICS nations are successful and they effectively break the world dominance of the dollar, you're going to see a lot of dollars come back to the United States. What are you going to see? Price inflation like never before seen. What's that going to mean? I just want to get you prepared. You're gonna see the administration, the Biden administration. They're going to probably give out free money again. Might be universal basic income. I don't know, but they're going to help the American people pay for their bills. They're going to give more stimulus. And then I hope they don't, but they're going to probably politically, with propaganda, introduce price controls. We're going to stick it to the greedy capitalists and not let them charge you for so much. And please believe, if we get free money and we get price controls in the United States, it's going to be a huge problem. People aren't going to be able to pay for their gas, electricity, their food. It's going to be a problem. And we have the heavy potential for some real civil unrest in this country if people are hungry. I mean, what we've seen recently, people are mad, people are upset, people are fed up, whether it's with, the police enforcing in specific communities, excuse me, or if it's, politics and the political theater and the political show. People are fed up, but people are not hungry yet. They're getting there, but it's something to really, really, really pay attention to. And, don't freak out, but pay attention. If you start seeing free money, the Biden administration talking about they're going to help you pay for your bills, and Russia's causing all this inflation, and now Iran is helping them with weapons. And look, get prepared. But if you see price controls, when they start saying that they can't, look, what's going to happen is, if I own a store and it costs me $5 to buy a loaf of bread, and I'm trying to sell it for $6, and the government says I can only sell it for $4.50, do you really think I'm going to offer that bread for sale and lose money? Because it's really going to hurt the retailers. That's what it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt the companies that you're walking into to purchase your goods and services, your food, your gas, your clothing. That's what's going to hurt. And they're not going to sell stuff. So stuff isn't going to be available. There's going to be a crazy black market with inflated prices. So I would think, don't stick your head in the sand, but, pay attention, because this stuff is coming. So, that's what I have to say. Hyperinflation, free money, price controls, not usually what I talk about, but it leads into the show, why private and why it matters. And that's just the thing. I guess if we're going to say why private, we're going to have to define private. So let's define private. Private means independent. Let's just say that, independent. Now, no one is truly private unless you have land, you have a well, you have some sort of means of generating power, whether it's hydroelectric or solar. You create, grow your own food. You use renewable resources on your land. You know how to either make leather and textile goods such as cotton fabrics and stuff, things of that nature, or you're able to produce things on your land and barter them for the textiles and the things that you need. This is private. This is independent. Now, we live in 2022. Who does that? No one really. I don't even, there's few people, but, they're on the fringes. Way out here on the fringes. So the goal, I guess, is to become more and more private. Now, psychologically, what is private? Private means you're in full control of your decisions. And most people will say, man, I'm in full control of my decisions. What are you talking about? But you don't understand programming. You don't understand beta and theta states of the human brain. You don't understand advertising. You don't know who Edward Bernays was and what his contribution to commerce was. You don't understand the psychology of marketing. Maybe you don't even comprehend that there is a such thing as psychology of marketing. And if you're really honest and truthful, you will acknowledge that, hey, man, there's probably ideas and ideologies in my mind that I didn't put there. I haven't checked them and determined whether or not they should stay. And those that didn't stay, I did not replace them with more beneficial ideologies and programs. The human mind is a big computer, and it can be programmed. And that's basic logic. And if you didn't program your mind, who did? And that goes back to private. Some people call it sovereign. I don't really like that word. There's a stigma to it. But ultimately and fundamentally, that's what it is, private. You private in your mind? Are you private in your dependencies for life? Do you depend on a grocery store, a gas station, an electric company, a water service company? If you turn the knob on your faucet, these things. Now, most people are not going to be completely private. I don't think that is the point. I think the point is to get to a position of private that you're comfortable with. Everyone is going to be different. But ultimately, this food system in America and your dependency on it, your 100% dependency on the fast food and commercial grocery chains in America is a detriment in the coming environment. So becoming more private with regards to your basic human needs, food, clothing, and shelter, should be, I think, the initial task. How do you start? So plant some basil seeds in a pot and put them on the windowsill. Do you use basil? Do you use thyme? Herbs are pretty easy to grow to teach you how to garden. People say, oh, I live in an apartment. Don't matter. You can get pots. You can get bins. You can get these bags to grow plants in. Most people have house plants, and that's cool. But if they don't feed you, they're a liability. They're taking resources away from your estate and not giving any resources to the estate except for, it's nice in here. I like your plants. Begin. Learn a skill. Do you have a sewing machine? Can you fashion? Can you fashion clothing? Does anyone in your family that can fashion clothing? I suggest you get on it. That's private. That's being private. Reducing dependency on the public. Food, clothing, and shelter should be essential. Now, shelter. Most people have mortgages, so on and so forth. So, it's important to reduce our expenses as much as possible. Some of us may need to move people into our homes, family members. Consolidate expenses. Most of us are going to be too caught up in our ego to do that. But more specifically, why private? Ultimately, private in your family dealings, private in your sustenance of your physical human life, private in your commercial affairs. Let's get to that. Bottom line, why private? Because commerce is a public realm, if you think about it. Think Alice in Wonderland. Think a video game that you put a quarter into, and you got one man, one life. Think Monopoly. This is commerce, y'all. It's a subset of rules that govern commercial activity. Public commercial activity. See, what is public commercial activity? Ultimately, it's the transaction of goods and services for notes, paper. Simple. What is the commercial realm? Notes and paper. Federal Reserve notes, bank notes, federal funds notes, central bank notes. All these are, it's fake. Commerce is fake. Fake realm that people take seriously, like the boogeyman or Santa Claus. Santa Claus is fake. Easter Bunny, fake. There's so many things that exist that are fake that we accept as quasi-real. The same thing with commerce, public commerce. Now see, gold is the currency of kings and queens. Silver is the currency of ladies and gentlemen. Barter is the currency of the people, of private people. And debt is the currency of slaves. Slaves. So in the public commercial realm, you're dealing with debt and you're dealing with debt slavery. You have to comprehend that. Why private? Because debt and debt slavery is the public commercial monetary system. That's how it works. I don't care if you comprehend it, just hear what I'm saying. Debt and debt slavery is the basis of the public commercial monetary system. They wanted to expand this commercial system beyond what would allow for the holdings of what I would say, gold and silver, private money, real money. There wasn't enough gold and silver to get this system this big. Come on, man. The United States is how many trillions of dollars in debt? It's fake money. It's pretend money. It's paper. It's notes. And that's what the public is. Now, if the public is a slave debt system, any entity that you organize in the public, that the public gives you, that allows you to use, should be suspect. That includes LLCs, corporations, individuals, public trust, you should be suspect of them. It says in the Constitution that slavery is outlawed except for the committing of a crime. So a lot of crimes are commercial. All crimes are commercial, technically. But I won't get into that. Yusuf speaks on that enough. What am I saying? Why private? Because all of these structures in the public are slaves to the public. Why? Because the public made them. The state made them. You are operating a slave, a public slave. A corporation is a public slave, an LLC is a public slave, an individual is a public slave, a public estate is a public slave. These are all public slaves, man. You have to put it into perspective. Why private? Because everything in the public that is a structure is a slave. It's a public slave. It's a slave to the master. What is the master? The public, the state, the United States, however you want to get into it. And this is how the created subjugated the creator. Through dead entities that we take as face value. Oh, Pepsi. Oh, Brand recognition. Oh, the individual. Oh, that's my birth certificate. That's me. You're utilizing a public debt slave in the commercial realm. Why private? Because why would you exchange your labor, your energy on this earth for goods and services, for wealth, for assets, and give the public, the state, the United States, why would you give them any rights to it, to any of that property, to any of that wealth? Why would you? Why? Why? Did they give you life? Did the United States give you life? Breathe the breath of life into your lungs? Why? It makes no sense to me. Once we come into this information specifically, I think the automatic impetus, the automatic pursuit should be to, get as private as possible, or as private as one would like. And it's a trick. They put your name, quote, in all capital letters on that entity. It is a deception. But the public says, he who can be fooled, let him. The public will not teach you anything real, because how can it sell you anything if you know how to make it, or if you know how to do it? How can it be sold to you? Hey man, we were tailor. We'll tailor your suits. I can do that. Oh, we own a landscaping company. I can do that. Oh, we can set up your you can get power from the grid. I don't need power. I got that. Oh well, we got these luxurious grocery stores with stuff from all over the world. I don't need a grocery store. I grow all my own food. I have a greenhouse where I can grow exotic stuff like saffron and things that don't grow in this climate. Oh, well, we can offer you loans and stuff. You can get these. I don't need that. Oh, well, we can offer you these structures. You can utilize. You can go into you can live the American dream. I don't need those structures. Well, why don't you need the structures? Because I have private structures that aren't owned and controlled, and they're not slave structures. Why would I set up my family with slave structures if I don't have to? And I don't have to. I don't. You look at common business structures, the IRS will tell you generally. But they won't tell you about private structures. Why? Because the public won't teach against itself. The public wants you dependent on the public. The public wants you dependent on it because you are a lifelong customer. But the public is breaking down, y'all. You can look at inflation. You can look at all these prices. You can look at the geopolitics. You can look at what is before your eyes and see that this thing is not doing too well. That's why it matters, because the public is not, it's sick. The public's sick, or it's like drunk or asleep. Asleep at the wheel, let's just say that. And it's not even the wheel, it's like the controls. We're like in a space, a plane, or it's like the stakes are high. In a car, you can wear your seatbelt, you have chances of survival. In a jet, good luck. You traveling at light speed or something like that in a spaceship, you hit something. Ain't no airbag, impact foam, seatbelt helping. Nope, that stuff, you're done. And that's what we're dealing with. The public is a jet engine with one wing. It's unstable. It's just flying everywhere, and eventually it's going to hit the ground. And if you are tied up, if your family is interwoven and inextricably linked into the public, you are going to suffer. And this has been the point of the foundation all these years, man, to reestablish our foundational knowledge on how to interface with the public so we do not suffer with the public. So we don't partake in her plagues. Oh, there's a plague. Oh my God, there's a shortage of everything. We can't even get bread. Oh my God, people are starving, whatever. It don't matter. You got a bread maker, you got yeast. You know how to grow wheat. You can get the right grow lights. You can grow whatever you want in your basement. Don't nobody know. No one will know. No one in your closet, in your bathroom. The public is going to become way more predatory. They're raising interest rates. If you can't pay off your credit cards, they're going to close those accounts. And if you can't satisfy the balances, they're going to sue you. And if you have any assets titled in that all capital name, you're going to lose it. This is an economic shock. Recessions and depressions are economic shocks. They're economic shocks to the system. They're shocks to the system. They understand commerce on levels that we don't, on the same levels of like electricity. The basis of life here on this planet is electronic and magnetic, electromagnetic. So from a fundamental standpoint, everything has been figured out. We just haven't been informed. Why private? Why it matters? It matters because if you do not comprehend your dependency on the system, when the system falters, so will you and your family. To me, it's a big thing. Hey, look, we got 60 seconds left in the broadcast. I'm going to stream. We're going to go over 563-99-3625 if you want to call in. Otherwise, you're going to lose connection. They're going to cut you off. You got to listen to the archive broadcast to hear the rest. Fundamentally, anything connected to this system is subject to whatever the system is subject to. So you're going to win when the system wins, and you're going to lose when the system loses, and the system is losing right now. It's been losing since 2008. It was just papered over, and then once that panorama hit, it just is like a pinata burst. And there was nothing that can be done. And I'm convinced that this financial system, these Federal Reserve notes and stuff, they're on their last leg. And it's going to be a wrap, and it's going to be some crazy stuff that they pull with regards to the transition. And we're about to witness something that our ancestors have never even seen, because these conditions, these economic conditions, have never existed before in human history. Set up your private estate. I would take advantage of this, this time that you have with SOL and get your trustee training. You get it so that you can teach your heirs and those in your family, so that you can reestablish your private estate with private contractual structures that are not slaves to the public, that are not governed by the public, not governed by the state legislature or the federal legislature or the federal government. They can't tell you how to operate your private structures. That's the beauty of being private. You just got to know what you're doing. If you're in the public, you have limited liability, but you have benefits and privileges. If you're in the private, you have rights, but you also have responsibilities. You get to choose. And I really hope that you choose accordingly. And if you haven't yet, email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com, and please get into trustee training. You're going to learn a lot besides trust administration. You're going to learn the fundamentals of contracting. You're going to be able to, know business plans and bids and proposals and how to read them and look at them and how to contract and negotiate contracts and all these things you can learn here at the foundation. But I'm retiring, and, I definitely want to give everyone the opportunity, every family, an opportunity to get their hands on this information, because I know what it's done for me and my family. I know what it's done for others and their families, and I know the public is going to become heavily predatory on it. It's going to start eating itself, and itself is individuals. Itself is public trust. Eating itself includes public estates. Eating itself includes eating its own corporations, its own limited liability companies, its own partnerships. It will begin to eat itself. And if you or anyone you love is inextricably attached to the public, you are going to suffer. You will be a partaker of her plagues. Time is running out. The public is locking down. I've been saying this for years, man. I've been saying it for years, y'all. I don't know what else to say besides get up and do something. Take care of yourself. Take care of your estate. It's really important. So with that being said, why private? Why it matters? It's a slave. You want a slave structure that your family depends on, or do you want a private, non-slave structure that your family depends on? It's up to you, you know. It's plain and simple. It's that simple. Slave or not. Chains and bondage or freedom and rights. Completely up to you. Unfortunately, you should think about your children, your heirs, your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, second cousins. You should think about them, because if they have not come into contact with this information, if they're not listening to this broadcast, then they don't know. And they don't have the option to make an informed decision. But if you have been checking out the foundation for any period of time, you have a position where you're informed more than most people you know. So what you do with that responsibility, especially when it comes to your family, will echo through the ages, through the eons of time. And I don't care what you say, you can think I'm tripping or not. But this world, this existence is not what you see. And it's not what you think it is. So it's important. Email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. We got the final trustee training session. We got our current session going on right now. Jump in, jump in, jump in. If you're interested in a private family foundation, email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. Deadline is December 31st, 2022. And people be like, oh, I got an email. So, you know, it's the holidays, it's Christmas. You know what? I really don't care. I really don't care. If you can't sacrifice one pagan corporate holiday season to take care of your private estate, I don't respect you. I'm just going to tell you honestly. Do what you got to do or not. But I'm not trying to hear it. Ultimately, it's on you. It's 100% up to you. But I believe in you. I love you. I trust you. I trust you'll make the right decision. admin@welcometothefoundation.com. Make sure you sign up for the email list. Welcometothefoundation.com. We're going to be giving away free limited edition T-shirts, as well as offering them to, you know, our listeners here at the foundation. But we're going to be giving away free limited edition foundation apparel. It's limited edition unless you steal it and go reprint it. You'll never see this again, and even if you reprint it, it did not come from the foundation. It's not authentic. So sign up for the email list at admin@welcometothefoundation.com. Y'all tap in. Y'all link up. Let's sync up. Let's do this dance. I know, crazy. I'm about to take some callers. I'll take one or two callers, and then I'm out of here. So let me jump into the phone lines. We got any questions or comments? Let me jump into 718-8092. 8092, 718. Peace. What's up, Daryl?
What's up? Peace. How you doing, fam? Listen, I'm all right, fam. Listen, you are Martin Luther King. You are the Muhammad Ali. You are, let me see who else you are. You could be the Marcus Garvey. That's who you are. You the Malcolm X, the Martin Luther King. Let me tell you something. I done been to some underground railroads over here in Brooklyn, New York. And how can I say this with you? Let me see how can I say this with you. Okay, listen. Listen. We in the public right now, right? And you know Houdini, it said freaks come out at night or big mouth, big mouth, right? But listen, what happened? We in the public, and I got like 357 ways, like Biggie say the summer saute, right? And what happened? The new rap is gonna go big bag, big bag, big bag, right? Because a lot of people they're chasing the bag, right? And I don't deal with a whole lot of stuff. Just like Slim Doug. And I say, I say I don't need M&Ms. I don't need 50 Cent to get M&Ms. And he said, I done rock 50 Cent and M&M crowds. And I said it's way before him. I don't say many stuff like that, but if you don't use it, somebody's going to use it. Like back in the day, my mother said, that's garbage music. You're going to blow my windows out. My mother thought I was Biz Markie back in the days. Right? Because, you have dudes who really say, like, get the check out the mail before it gets stale, And so what happened is that, let me see, how can I say this, right? Keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on doing what you're doing. And whoever, pick up that torch, that baton, or whoever, they do what they do, and that's how it is. Yeah, because they're like, I don't mind if they use, I don't know, they want to make that record big bag. Because as I said, big mouth, big mouth. Houdini, I went to Razzle High School. Houdini used to come over there. Special ed, he lived on Church Avenue and Fairview. Busta Rhymes, Rampage, he lived on New York and Tilden Beach, between New York, between Steiner and Tilden. This is known facts. You know what I'm saying? You in the music industry. I went to school with his sister named Tracy. What's his other guy? KRS-One. He don't mind you say his songs that he used to hang out over there on 35th Street and Church Avenue between Snyder. Like that, So the only one from UFTO is a doctor, but his real name is Fed. He was the 5%er. Me and him went to school in junior high school, But the thing about it is like, how can I say this? I don't mind if anybody use anything I say, because I always got many ways, and I don't mind, But how can I say this? As we say, we in the public, in the private, like that. But how many more calls you got on the line?
I got a couple, but whatever.
But but the thing about, I only hear my sister. My sister, her job is more important than talking to her brother. I'm her baby brother, and one brother passed away. I got the next brother, he around, and he talk about I'm your only brother, like that. Yeah, all right, whatever. But the thing about it is that, as I say, my people, like if I'm there with you, it's about security. A lot of people don't know about security. A lot of people make money. It's just like I say, if I was there with Tupac, I saw Tupac. Tupac like, what's up? Everybody say he was dead. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. But he's like, what's up? And I'm like, okay, no big deal. You Tupac. I heard you dead, but and I didn't even know you was dead. But the thing about it is that how can I say this? Now and look how long I've been like. Look at this. My son now is 9 years old, right? And I knew you from the vault, right? And then you was like quiet. You was quiet, and now like you talk. I don't know the reason behind that. You talk, and that's good. And I look at it. Any people who want to learn from you, go to what you go to. Look at all the listen to all the things. Go to marketing. Everything that whatever you did, listen to it. Go to school. Be how you want to be. If they want to learn how they want to be like you want to be. And I say once they apply it, they caught up. And my sister, you can always get a job. That you can always get a job. How many more minutes you got before you got to cut off? Cause I don't want to top the show.
We got a couple more minutes, man. Just finish your thought. You good?
Yeah, but and I say like this, when it comes time to that, just like me, I'll be your security. I don't mind. Because you are the Martin Luther King, you are the Malcolm X, this is who you are. I don't know if anybody ever tell you this, but this what I see you are, this who you mean to me. That, just like I said, like, when I used to box, people told me, yo, you crazy, you gonna fight Mike Tyson? I said, no, you crazy. But people say, yeah, you crazy because that guy over there, he's trying to kill you, right? And George Washington, he trained Riddick Bowe. I fought on bad style boxing. And, Riddick Bowe, he fought Brandon Holyfield. Bad style boxing, do or die, bad style boxing. I'm over here in New York City, the Big Apple. And Mark Berlin, 5 times Golden Glove champion. I say up to these dudes, Mike McCullough, the body snatcher. I used to be up, standing up next to these dudes. And what happened? They never scared me. The only dude who ever scared me was Hagler and Thomas Hearns. Them the only dudes that I was like, was scared of. Ain't nobody ever scared me. Muhammad Ali ain't scared me because they said I fight like Muhammad Ali. I wasn't his height, but at the same time, them dudes, the only dudes who ever scared me was Hitman Hearns because they say, yo, he hit like crazy. And then they say like, what's his other guy? Hagler. But when my girlfriend, she used to go with Sugar Ray Leonard, and I used to go with her. She's from Boston. But the thing about it is that I contacted Sugar Ray Leonard. He ain't never responded back to me. But I told her, yo, I turned from a sweet to sour because the same way Muhammad Ali used to talk, I used to talk just like Muhammad Ali. And George Washington, the same one who trained Mark Berlin and Riddick Bowe and a few other great famous boxers who turned professional, he said, yo, he called me Kentucky Fried Chicken. And he told me, yo, the only dude who I ever see fight like that, Muhammad Ali. And they used to tell me I fight like Aaron Pryor, but the thing about it, I never knew, like, it took me 20 years to realize, yo, he was like, kind of like, glamorizing me. So, yo, he gave me, like, props. He said, yo, I never seen nobody fought like Muhammad Ali. You the first dude who ever fight like Muhammad Ali. And that's what he told me. Because I was trying to go to the Olympics in 1988, but I was too much into the streets. Chasing women and whatever else I'm doing back in the 80s, but I made it. And, and then, if I would have made that money, I would have lost to, like, maybe a lot of dudes, like Alex and a lot of dudes. But Antonio, what's this guy, Antonio Brown, they accused him by Kanye West, but that's what it is, Listen, I don't want to tie up with nobody else, but listen, yo, you always got my number. You can always contact me. Yo, if you need anybody, if you need me like this, like I said, if I was there, Biggie, Tupac, and I was the security, they would still been alive. Just like I speak to Mean Gene, I don't speak to him all the time over here in New York. That's like Puffy, security, and stuff like that. I don't speak to him all the time, but I got his number. He make it available to anybody out there who like look at his back YouTubes, and you can call him here, answer, he get back with you. But as I said before, like, yo, if you ever need me, cause like, yo, I go all over like that, and my hood is everywhere. My hood do everything anybody else hood do. Your hood shoot up, your hood sling, your hood do whatever. My hood do the same thing. It's New York. Everybody want to come to New York. Everybody want to come to the U.S. And and when I'm saying like that, when it comes time to that, is that, I'm not going to hold his corporate anymore, but, I'm really going around the universe, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go around the universe. I ain't scared of lions, tigers, bears. I ain't scared of nothing. I walk through the neighborhood, people get mad at, and, like, yo, you on my block, and so like that. Come on now, you a little bit mad. Come on, they just like, that just give them what they want. If you can't beat them, join them. Yeah, how are you going to try to fight somebody you don't even know what's going on? Give it to them, and you give it to them. If they mess up, I don't give you everything what you want to do. So why you get mad at me because you ain't got no education, you ain't got no this and that? I feel what they should do with every mayor, every president of the United States, talk to the kids every morning on the Monday, say, yo, we care about y'all. Y'all the future. Yo, we are all G's. They beat up all the old people. Come on now. These kids don't know nothing what we've been through. That, all these abandoned buildings over here, they don't know about that. That, they don't know about it. And what happened? The Russian ain't try to sell no crack. They ain't trying to sell. They ain't selling the crack. Where the crack came from? Or if they want to do some CBD, everything doing the CBD right now. Come on, get it from that place it was at, and then everything will be all right. But at the same time, this is what what they need to do. Put it Sony, Elon Musk, or Zuckerberg, or Samsung. Put a TV class in every school around the nation and say like, yo, here's a TV in every classroom, or you eat breakfast in the morning, you eat lunch. Yo, we care about y'all. That's what they need to do. Like that. Give a TV to every classroom in the nation. And just say, this is what's going on. Yo, it's Monday morning or it's Friday night. Yo, come on, keep it peaceful. We care about y'all. I know y'all going through a lot of things. Just like the president, the governor, or the mayor, or the union, United Nations, they need how to talk to all the young people. Let them know, like, yo, don't do what we do. Y'all got to do better than what we doing. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I'm going to let you take the next caller. I love all of y'all, all right?
Appreciate you, brother, man. Thanks for calling in, man. Love you, too. And I'll talk to you soon, bro.
I definitely.
Peace. Always a pleasure to hear from Daryl. OG of High Frequency, with regards to the foundation, and, he's been rocking with us for years, so always a pleasure. 205-4147. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Greetings. Am I clear to you? Can you hear me so?
Oh, yeah. Peace. What's going on, brother?
Man, peace. I just want to say, first and foremost, I want to open up, and give thanks to the powers that be. Give thanks to the creators. Give thanks to the ancestors of true intellectual information and knowledge. I want to give thanks to the ancestors to the day that paved the way, who sit here and talk to us in the flesh. That sit here and give life, give breath, in exchange, gives us something precious. In exchange for change to others who know the value of it. This is what we discuss here. This is what governs existence, life itself. This is what helps shape and mold and guide so we can get to the next level. It's funny we say, I look back at some of the episodes and as I always say, this is a foundation. It is a foundation. But what's important is knowing what it takes to build a foundation, knowing the proper materials, having the proper knowledge to be able to necessitate what it is to administrate a foundation. And, I've been many times to where I've had questions and it all relied within just the way I was maneuvering in the public versus how I should have been maneuvering if I actually knew within the private. I could be controlling more instead of being controlled. I just want to say, brother, that this is another brick in the foundation. It is. It truly is. And it have built, it have changed lives, changed the course of events of how things shall go and how certain ones will come up in life and what they will inherit. There's truly no amount of funds or fiat or currency that can amount truly to this knowledge because it's priceless. Whenever you have something that you can pass on and you can actually change the course of life itself, there's no amount of money that you could put behind that. Just reflecting back on what real property is, I think we get it twisted sometimes. We don't truly know what true property is. True property is held in the benefit for another party. That's true property. Not the articles that can be removed and exchanged and replaced and that may perish. Not those articles. This is something here where you cannot weigh up or Russian roulette or gamble with this knowledge. We've been doing it already. Senseless, inhumane, immoral crimes are at an all-time high. Most percentage of crimes go on because people lack the knowledge. They lack the know-how. When you don't know, you don't do better. You know, and I just give thanks though, man. And I just, I definitely keep those in hearts and minds that I have shared this information with, gave the number to. Hopefully they reached out within their hearts and their minds and knowing the purpose, and the value of what we have ran across. This information is ancient. It's not new. It's new to those who have not discovered it. But nothing's new under the sun, as Mama and Pops always say. We have to discover it. Create new findings. Cut that off. Put that down. Stop talking so much. Pick up a pen and pad. Give your undivided attention. All things require attention in life, man. I'm just speaking personally from myself. There have been many nights, rainy nights, cold nights, argument, within the household with the significant other, with the spouse, about building a generation, how to create it, how to get to it. Some say, I can't afford that. When I found out, all I had to do was apply myself, and I was told by my brother, man, you can start a trust with $5 in a sock. See, most part, it comes with the lack of effort and esteem, the lack of confidence that we have in ourselves. None of us was truly born with a silver spoon. But that don't mean that we should not know the price of the silver spoon. We should know the value of it. I just got to give thanks, man, right now. Because at one point, before I ran across Yusuf L., let me go back in order. Before I ran across Yusuf L. and the brothers, shout out to Christian too, man. Shout out to Christian. Before I ran across the vault and then the foundation, I was truly operating at a loss. I was out here losing, man. All in the public. Once I found and stuck to the level of wanting to know better, wanting to do better, I tuned in. And the information, it has a breadcrumb trail. If you're on to true information, if your mentor is truly true, if your administrator is truly who they say they are and what they are, and they're properly administrating, then you know what? This information will line up. It'll be a breadcrumb trail, y'all. It'll be a domino effect. What they say or what he say will coincide with what they say. It's the truth. See, when someone is telling you the same thing over and over, be careful with that. That you may be listening to public controlled knowledge. When you get private knowledge in, you haven't quite heard this before. It's uncontrolled, which is powerful. Corporations know this. That's the reason why they don't teach us this. They rather make a business out of us than for us to control one and create it. I just want to say, though, y'all, this, all things have an expectation and a time frame upon it. For us, this energy we know, they say it's nor created or destroyed, but at the same time, this energy that we house is going to eventually find somewhere else to transmigrate. Therefore, we have to make use of it while we have it. That's knowing true value, true worth of self. Flesh and blood, man and woman, the family, nothing outside of the family, only the family, y'all. It started out with the family, it should end with the family. Anything in between, it's just what it is. It's everything else in between. If you truly want to be happy, you're going to have to truly value what matters. You're going to have to invest in it. You're going to have to create it. You're going to have to take care of it. And you're going to have to properly administrate it to be able to pass it down so that heirs of your estate can inherit it. If not, settle for what you came in this world with. Settle for what you struggle for. Mediocrity. Doing the same thing but expecting something different. Don't nothing come different but change. The change of thinking, the change of movement. Better results. But yes, indeed, I just want to say, this is the foundation. This is another brick in the foundation. And as we can see, all things must come to a close. So as they do, make sure y'all get in before it does. You dig? Because after this wave, who's to say what's guaranteed next? All right? I just want to say that, man. Peace to the brothers. Peace to all the work that's been put in, the effort. Peace to everything and everybody, bro. So, it's been a wonderful time. I know there's been times I wish I could have hit you up more, you know what I'm saying, dealt on the other side as well. You know what I'm saying, being out here in this matrix. But as they say, you know what I mean, we're still in this thing until we out. So,
appreciate you, man.
Gotta give thanks. Gotta give thanks, man. I just mean blood, sweat, and tears. Blood, sweat, and tears. Your next journey, your next endeavor, may the ancestors guide, protect, and also be at your will. You know, I got some people listening right now who I invited to come in, so just want y'all to be able to, man, get it in, man. It's never too late to do the right thing. But don't take too much time making a decision to do the right thing, though. With that being said, I'm not going to hold the flow. You know, it's been a real one. It's been a real one throughout the years. Trust me. If y'all was on this frequency and tune, this network, you got your money's worth and then some. Trust that. Trust that. Know that. I don't know what all the other mentors doing out there, y'all, but hey, you tuned in one of the realest, pure raw in that cut. One of the best in the universe. You dig? Especially when it comes to this conference and dropping these jewels straight up. Seeker of truth. So well. The enforcer of laws. Indeed. It's what it is. You got to give thanks, though. I got to cop that material, too. I need me an article. I need me a foundation, you know what I'm saying, shirt to put on, too. Got to rock that. But I'll stop. I got to give thanks. Just let y'all know, though, man. Get into that trust, though, before it's over with. Get into the class. Off top. Get into there. I'm be honest with you. I'm in there. Get in there. Get it in. Get it in while you can. Get with this brother, y'all. Telling you, get with this brother. But with that being said, man, give thanks to the Creator, you know what I'm saying, the ancestors, the forefathers, the foremothers, all those amongst us, you know what I'm saying, the ones right here to today and live in the flesh, you know what I'm saying, giving it up. Man, look, thank y'all, man. I love y'all. It's been a real one, you know what I'm saying? And with that being said, man, peace and love, bro. I hope everything's been well with you.
Oh, yes. Appreciate you, brother. I mean, I will say, you know, it has been an honor. I don't say that, you know, in some kind of theater or, you know, some kind of script. I'm absolutely 100% serious with it. You know, it has been an honor to be, you know, on High Frequency. It has been an honor to be the host of the foundation. It's been an honor to, you know, be, I guess I would say, considered an asset to the community. That's an honor. It really is. I trust that throughout the years my character has shown through. You know, I'm a man, I'm a father, I am a wishful thinker, I'm an idealist, you know, I'm a lot of things. I'm also a clown. I like to clown a lot. I love to laugh. But ultimately, I care about people. I realized that long ago that, you know, I didn't feel good. I would wake up and I didn't feel good, man. I was angry, disappointed, resentful. There's a lot of negative emotions that I had in my life, you know, and it took time for me to really delve into what I would term my psyche to comprehend what was going on with me. And really what it was is I wasn't doing the right things that I would be proud of myself for. I'm being honest. I'm being complete, transparent with y'all, with the family, because, you know, we a family. It boiled down to, man, I wasn't doing things that I was proud of. I wasn't doing things that I respected about myself, man. You know, there was things that I wasn't doing that I should have been doing as far as being responsible, as far as being a man, as far as being a brother, as far as being a father, as far as being a friend, you know, as far as being a member of my community, you know, and I don't necessarily mean my local community with this 5 block areas. I'm talking about the community of people who share not only the same goals, but the same struggles as me, who share the same lineage as me. I realized that I wasn't making myself proud. I also realized that I was somehow taught that I couldn't achieve certain things, that, you know, there's an expectation of me to be a certain type of man, wear a certain type of clothes, and speak in a certain vernacular and things of that nature. But really, when I delved into it and I started questioning, okay, so the certain type of man that's being shown to me that I'm supposed to identify with, who is promoting that? And is it people from my community, people that I respect? You know, I had to acknowledge that when I lost my temper and yelled at someone, especially someone I loved, I didn't feel good. Even if, you know, they disrespected me or I had, quote, a reason, you know. Ultimately, what happened or what I experienced did not justify my response, my reaction. And I wasn't feeling good about how I was treating people. I wasn't feeling good about how I was talking to people. I wasn't feeling good really about how I was loving people. And, you know, I had to start doing things differently to achieve a different result. And I can tell you honestly, man, you know, and I'm talking to everyone, the 10 things that you're thankful for helped change my life. I used a stone, man. It was a stone that was a gift as a part of a keychain. So, you know, energy. I don't know. I wasn't into it as heavy as I am now. But the person who gave it to me, I loved. And it fell off a keychain. But I kept the stone. And what I did was I would put it in my pocket every day. And like I put it on my dresser at night when I empty my pockets. And I would put it in my pocket with my keys and my wallet and stuff every day. And every time I touched it, every time I looked at it, every time I touched it in my pocket and was like, what was that? Like, oh, that's the stone. I would say 10 things that I was thankful for. And I did that for 3 months, man. 3 straight months. And people in my life noticed a change. About a month and a half in, people started making comments about my disposition and how much more pleasant and agreeable I was. And, you know, what was I doing? And all I was doing was being appreciative. And that appreciation of the things that I have, the things that I'm thankful for that is in my possession right now, I believe allowed me the space to be more successful, to reach heights of so-called success that I didn't think I could reach. Because I found out that the universe will not give you anything else if you don't respect what you already have. And that includes the people that surround you. That includes your relationships, your mother, your family, your woman, your man, your children, yourself, your own energy, your own life. Are you respecting your own life and your energy? And you're not. Ultimately, if you are converting 100% of it through an individual with an all capital name that resembles yours, and that's what it breaks down to ultimately. We do things every day that do not please us or please our family and our friends. And when we are able to free ourselves from that public program, we're able to achieve not only relationships, situations, successes, and accomplishments in a way that we never have. You're stagnant. You've been taught that you're less than what you are. You've been taught that you are not a God, but you are. In the book it said it, in the Bible, but I'm going to tell you, you're infinity in a finite space. As above, so below. So there's infinity up. You look up in the sky, it's infinite. But within your body, you're just your physical body, y'all, exists infinity. Now check this out. Scientifically, they've been looking for what is called the God particle. They use hadron colliders. You can look this up. And they collide smaller particles at high speeds with each other so they explode, so they can, study the particles that are created from that explosion. They've been looking for the so-called God particle. What I would tell you with regards to science, physics, there is no such thing as a God particle. There is infinity below as well as above. So within the confines of you, there is infinity down. You are an infinite being. That includes physical, so let alone spiritual. It's crazy. Your body is a vessel, just like a car. It is occupied by you, the true you, and you are on a journey. And this journey is heavily emotional. So we must do the things that please us and please our families. And stop running these programs. And stop letting them run. And you will see, naturally, you will begin to move private. When you do the things that please you, really please you. I'm talking about long term, not short term. Losing your temper and yelling at someone, especially someone you love, and even someone in the public, is not a win. You may feel good temporarily. It's called immediate gratification, but delayed gratification, later on, subconsciously, you know you weren't supposed to do that. You know you weren't supposed to yell at them. You know it's not respectable for you to get all emotional and lose your temper and act like that, whether it's public or private. You know that. Deep down, you know that. And that has an effect. So take control of your life. Take control of your happiness. Do the things that please you. Say 10 things that you're thankful for before you go to sleep tonight and every night. And if you can, find something, a material possession, something small that's significant to you, that can help you and assist you in this transition of your life. So that every time you look at it, that you touch it, it reminds you to be thankful. So that God, the universe, Allah, the Creator, however you reference the Creator of the boundless universe, so that you can be determined worthy and receive more. You don't have more because you don't appreciate what you have. It sounds really stupid, but I'm telling you the truth. I've never lied to y'all. I've never lied to y'all. You don't have more because you don't fully appreciate what you have. And I'm going to tell you this. If you have even come into contact with this information, you have been tapped by your ancestral line to reestablish your private estate. If you do not take that seriously, you are not doing what pleases you and what pleases those you care for. So I suggest email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. Go to the website, welcometothefoundation.com. Check out the everything. Let's check out the everything. Sign up for the email list. Let's jump into this exclusive limited run of apparel at the foundation. Shout out to Bay Area Gear Apparel. We're going to put out an email blast shortly. You know, we're gonna show you what it looks like, you know, give you a nice little blah. And we're going to announce the sweepstakes. I'm going to call it a sweepstakes. I might even throw in a final session of trustee training in the sweepstakes. You can win a final trustee training session. It'll be the last one. So, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. Don't get left behind. And be thankful. Be appreciative. And be mature. Be noble. Let's be noble. You know, there's people in your life that you respect. And that's cool. But go further than that. Why do you respect those people? And they could be political figures. They could be stars, entertainers. They could be people from your family. They could be industrialists, entrepreneurs, business people. It don't matter. These people that you respect. Why do you respect them? Delve into your mind so that you can decipher and articulate why do you respect them. And those characteristics that you respect, pull them into yourself. Build yourself. And you will be free. I love y'all. I do this for y'all. I did this for y'all. I'm going to continue doing this for y'all, these shows, until the end of December of this year. So with that being said, the last show of the foundation, hosted by Sot L from High Frequency Radio Network, will be December 27th, 2022. Nope, December 28th, 2022. So we got several more shows. There's like about eight or nine. I don't know. I'm not going to count. But I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I do this for y'all. You know, why private, why it matters. The public is breaking down. It's going crazy. It's going to start eating itself. And if you're a part of the public, if you're still within her, you will be a partaker of her plagues. So, you know, start a garden. Start a garden in your windowsill. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You can go get seeds, man. Start a garden. Start with basil. Some thyme. Throw in some, what you call them? You can do jalapeno peppers. You can do peppers, tomatoes, potatoes. These things are very easy to grow inside. And you can start, you know, making your own pasta sauces, your own jellies and jams, and then you can start learning how to preserve your own stuff. And now you're developing skills that a private estate requires. But with that being said, I love y'all. I believe in y'all. I know you can do it. I'm just here to facilitate. I'm just here to assist. You know, that's it. Y'all make it happen. But I appreciate everything. that y'all, put out here, and I'm just going to say this. It's not me. It's the Creator. I'm just a vessel. I'm a hollow reed, and there's wind blowing through me, and I'm just doing my best to not soil this wind that's being blown through me with my weirdness and emotional, physical human existence. But y'all take care of yourself. Enjoy yourself. Make sure you say 10 things that you're thankful for before you go to sleep tonight and every night. It's very important, but I suggest you do it like 15 times a day for like 3 months. And if you take this challenge, a minimum 15 times a day, say what you're thankful for, I would like to hear from you in 3 months and let me know where your life is at and what's changed for the better. But in the meantime, y'all take care of yourself. I'm here. Hit me up, everybody. Private trustees, where you at? Call the mobile number while you can and sign up. Last foundation education sign up date, December 31st, 2022. Last day to sign up for the final session of trustee training, January 23rd, 2023. Last day. And if you add my private mobile number, June 30th, 2023 will be the last day that you can contact with me before I turn it over to the Board of Trustees of the Foundation. So with that being said, take care of yourself. Admin at welcometothefoundation.com. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I'll catch y'all next week. Only on the hottest radio network on the planet, High Frequency Radio Network. My name is So L, Seeker of Truth, Speaker of Truth L, and it has been an absolute pleasure to be with you here on the Foundation. Take care of yourself. Enjoy yourself. And I'll catch y'all next week. Peace to the gods.
Doing this thing all the way live. High Frequency Radio.